Meghalaya, forever endowed with silky, foamy clouds, also treasures in its midst tribes that have remained dormant over the years for want of recognition and acceptance. Isolated and still yet unnoticed, there lies in the remote southern part of West Garo Hills the Dalus of Meghalaya. An aboriginal tribe of Manipur, the Dalus derived their name from King Dhalji, who was the descendant of Babru Bahan, the son of Arjun. Once, as history relates, Dhalji and his men were attacked by Bhagadatta, the king of the neighboring state of Assam, then Pragjotishpur. Dhalji, unable to withstand the might of Bhagadatta, flew with his followers and entered Assam. There, they scattered themselves in all directions for fear of being identified. Dhalji, on the other hand, with his relatives and some followers, entered the southwest part of Assam, at present the Garo Hills of Meghalaya. Near the precincts of Bangladesh, village Dalu Killa is a quiet and isolated but a colorful area where Dalu culture and social values are conspicuous in every household. The name Dalu Killa is supposed to have been derived from the word Killa, which means a fort. The river Bhugai, which flows through Dalu Killa and into Bangladesh, has been a perennial source of water supply where the Dalu civilization prospered and flourished to attain its present stage. Long ago, they are believed to have constructed a fort here to guard themselves against the forces of Bhagadatta.
Our Dalus are residing at Assam in the district of Dorong, Nagaon, Gwalpara, and that our Dalu also is residing at Haulagat, that is Bangladesh.
Having migrated from Manipur long ago, they have by now completely forgotten their own native language and have gradually adopted the language, culture, and the living styles of people of Assam by intermingling with them.
Those are reside at Meghalaya. Those are staying with the Bengali people, they are speaking Bengali. Those people who are residing at Assam, they are speaking Assamese.
Exquisitely crafted, these priceless indigenous ornaments known by the name of Hashli, Katabaju, Gunjuri, Kharu, etc. amply projects the latent artifacts possessed by the Dalus. A girl is ornate beautifully on festive occasions, giving a very native look. Being an agricultural community, the traditional dress of the boy is much like that of a farmer. The Dalus are also subdivided into exogamous clan groups called Dopa. In the Dalu family, the vestige of matriarchy is quite prominent in the sense that the children inherit their mother's Dofa name, though the father's property is owned by the sons. Thus, the polarized cultures of the hills and the plains have found a common ground whereby the events that have flowed through the pages of history amply justifies their route of migration. The Dalus are an agrarian society, rice and jute being the chief cultivated products. A substantial quantity of rice they produce is used in the preparation of rice beer, locally known as mud. They generally consume the mud at the end of the day's hard work to relieve the tiredness. Since they are primarily settled in villages, Their daily life happens to supplement their socio-economic condition. In this effect, they grow vegetables and dig fisheries within their household boundary. Clothes produced by them on their handloom is an ingenuine work of art. They as well make various household products out of bamboo. They collect firewoods and other products from the forests either for domestic use or for selling it in the market. The Dalus domesticate cows to acquire milk. Cultivation of beehive in their own houses to produce honey is a widely practiced profession. The Dalus belong to the Vaishnavite cult of Hinduism. Like typical Hindus, each household has a shrine or a puja ghar where the members of the family worship. Monosha Puja is performed by every Dalu, which concerns worshipping of the snake goddess. Every Dalu household has a shrine in the front yard devoted to the snake goddess. The Dalus also worship the Bastu Devata or village deity. The Bastu Devata, who imbibes 7 forms, is worshipped once a year after the harvesting season. The Bastu Devata is believed to protect the villagers and crops from various internal and external factors. Devotional songs called Kirtan forms an inseparable part of any community worship as they evoke the gods to seek blessings for the welfare and prosperity of the tribe. The traditional way of arranged marriage is generally preferred as negotiations for marriage commences with Bau Jura when the groom's mother along with her relatives visit the bride's house with betel nuts and betel leaves asking for her hand in marriage. After a few customary rituals such as pawn, which means bride price, the marriage is agreed upon after Jamaide, meaning inspection of the groom by the girl's relatives. The marriage takes place in the groom's house and is presided by the Brahmin priest. Women are accorded dignity and respect in the society. Widows are allowed to remarry, though no priest takes part in it. Tattoo, locally known as Gedoni, is an ancient and unique art form indigenous to the Dalus. But changing times has virtually erased this practice. The Dalus cremate the dead as the entire community participate by contributing wood for the funeral pyre. The harvesting festival dance, known as Poila Rua Dhan Kata, coincides with the first seedling plantation. The villagers participate to celebrate the occasion with great pomp and vigor. A folk dance that has been imbibed through the ages, it speaks of their deep attachment to agriculture since ages. Another dance associated with regard to agriculture is Maichari, a traditional dance of the Dalus. They perform this dance to celebrate the fresh harvesting season. The performers offer prayer and shower paddy to the revered so that the housewife is blessed with ample crops in the next harvesting season as well. Education among the Dalu youths is gaining in prominence, though a great amount of consciousness and effort is still required to climb higher and higher. Like the river which has flown endlessly, the Dalu youths today seem to meander in an unknown path as higher education is pursued only by a negligible few.